Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. It's going to be my Albaz Shadal deck against my opponent's Divine Herald deck, or whatever you, or Herald Agent, however you prefer to adjust the archetype, the deck. And he's going to be summoning Diviner of the Herald. Just so you guys know, this is a non-custom duel, so. And then he'll play Ready Fusion. And the reason why I veilered his Diviner, because he's going to get tons of consistency, so. This is the first time I've seen this card, to be honest. Like, dumping cards, to be real, dumping cards into your graveyard can be pretty, although it seems like a hefty price, it can be very resourceful. So, because what I mean by that is that now it's like cards that are sent to the graveyard can pretty much trigger and resolve their effects. Like right now, he's sending the Majesty Hyperion, and now because you'll realize that cards that actually are sent to the graveyard can be an advantage and can lead to more consistency, more special summons. So sometimes you have to be aware as to what they have in the graveyard. So I'm not even too sure the point of this effect, because I think he eventually he ends up banishing my Veiler and his own monster. I'm guessing, I presume maybe he thinks that I'm playing Albaz, so it'd be clever if he does if he predicts that. And he's gonna activate his Parshath, but I'm gonna use Ash to negate, and he has to discard for cost. So not only does he lose a card, he doesn't get the search, and it's my turn. Looking at my hand, it seems very strong. Actually, it's incredible, because I drew into Fallen Albaz. This was exactly the type of hand that I wanted. Although I only need 2 Nibiru's, most likely I'm going to discard the other, so I can fusion summon, and this duel isn't going to be too long, so I'm going to show exactly how powerful this deck truly is, because eventually my opponent is going to scoop. So eventually I'll be using the Spriggan's Kit effect in order to special summon stuff, since I control a fusion monster that has Fallen Albaz as a fusion material, and I get the Surge. But in return, I gotta put 1 card from my hand at the bottom of my deck, and I'll activate Branded Fusion. So this is pretty much where he ends up scooping, and he admits defeat. Before I end this video, my advice to you guys, I personally suggest that you do, whether you pre-ordered or not, I really think you should buy 3 copies of the Albaz structure deck. I already purchased all 3 of mine. I did have second thoughts, but this is my real life actual, and I'm playing my actual build in real life, and I prefer to test it online so you guys can be able to witness it and learn and be able to gain experience too. But to be real with you guys, at first I had second thoughts, but I think the archetype is 100% worth playing. Especially if you already have fusion cards, if you already have like cards like Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, whoever, if you have the Shadal package. I personally would not suggest playing Invoked, because it'll make the deck a lot slower because the amount of normal summons you have to commit to. You can definitely play Despia. To be real, I'm not really a Despia player, but it's up to you guys. I personally, because I feel like Despias I just don't find them interesting. I'm not yeah, they're a dark, light fairy archetype. I could be right, I could be wrong. But Albaz on its own is pretty incredible. Like, even if you're not playing with the Despia cards, with Shadals, it can do a lot as long as you play. Like for my particular build, I'm playing a lot of Handtraps. I'm finding ways to search my fusion spells, and I could show you a list, but that'll be till later. But I definitely think you guys, it would definitely be worth your money. I personally think that you should try this deck out, but it's up to you guys. If you're a fusion player, like the thing about me is I play several decks, so I even said because what's great about this archetype, the archetype, it may not just simply be the archetype, but if you buy the structure, you are guaranteed to get incredible cards like Pot of Extravagance, Dark Ruin, or more. And on top of the archetype, when now people, from what I gathered from people's experience, and from other people's like from the time they actually started playing this archetype, from the people who have been able to play test it. I rarely hear any negative thoughts about this archetype, to be real with you guys. And you can play this with several other archetypes. I am playing the small Shadal package, like I already mentioned. But even on its own, but that's the one thing is that I feel like down the line, depending on Konami's decision, I don't think they're gonna hit Fallen Albaz immediately, but depending on the amount of results this archetype is getting, if they realize that it's just becoming too much and people are finding ways to abuse the deck, then I'm worried most likely Konami will do something to limit the deck's capabilities and that it won't be as competitive as it is right now. And then we'll have to find out near the end when the ban list is about to release. And again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you, and hope you guys enjoy the duel as well.